6:48 is your time on this Tuesday morning edition of the Tennessee Valley this morning. Glad you joined us today. Dan Howell with Roxanne Corbett, my co-host.
Good morning.
Good to see you. Yes. And Brigitta is here.
Yes.
Good morning.
You've been here before. Your husband has been here in his, what was that regalia?
Lederhosen.
Lederhosen.
Yeah, leather pants.
Leather pants. he looked good at it too. He looked like he was straight out of the Alps. I tell you, it was great. Wow. He came in and talked about the Mayfest.
Yes.
Which was this past Saturday. And how did that go?
It went very well. I don't know quite the dollar amount yet that we made, but it went, we had about 200, 250 visitors.
That's a great turnout.
Fantastic. Yes, it was great. And we had almost all of our students were there. I presented the student progress reports as part of the presentation. Lisa McGarvey was there.
Yeah. I saw the pictures.
Rich Farm Band.
Saw the pictures on Facebook.
What kind of music did you have?
We had, well, Lisa played the German polkas.
Yeah.
With her accordion. It was very authentic, to say the very least. And then these guys in all their lederhosen showed up, and it became even more authentic.
Very colorful.
It was truly and we had the Low Country boil in a box.
Yeah.
Alan Clark brought his Low Country boil there, which was delicious.
Fantastic.
So it was a really nice Bavarian, Tennessean experience. Yes, it was great. It was
Germany with a twist.
Yes.
With a Tennessee
with a southern twist.
Yeah, southern twist.
That was great. So you were in southern Germany, I guess.
Yes.
That was great. I wanted to get over there. I really did intend to get over there. But
time.
Saturday was just a day when my schedule fell apart and I couldn't make it. But
now, do you have this every year?
We've had this every year. We opened it to the public this year, thanks to Brenda Lawson and Sandra Rowland, who made it happen with Spring Creek. And of course, you know, eventually we'll have our school over there as well. We purchased some land over there. But we've had Mayfest in the past 7 years as our end of the year program, where we present
something the students can look forward to. And
yes, and it was always, we always had brats, and it was always a fun time, but it wasn't that long. So this year we just made it a little bit longer, and we involved the community.
Yeah, and I understand you had several people from Wacker come out, and of course Joe Palo was bragging about the brats, and he was here just a moment ago talking about those brats. Oh, he wanted more. But that's great. I'm going to try to get there next time. But I think it's great that we have this cultural event right here in Cleveland, and it's an example of how our community is expanding and just embracing all kinds of different cultures, and it's a part of who we are. Yeah. It really is. We've got probably, what do you suppose, 60 different cultures that we've identified?
Right. Yeah, over 60, 63.
Here in this community, so that's fantastic. And of course, the German culture becoming a huge part of that diversity.
I'm excited.
We're excited about that. And the plant's coming along, by the way, and they're doing a lot of work out there. But you have another big event coming up.
Oh, yeah.
The summer is full for you.
Yes. We're just wrapping up this year's school year. We have the last few days now. Friday going to be the last day of school, and then we're going to have the summer program starting June 6th.
So you're right on
going
to back here.
We're going into our summer program. So basically, Montessori Kinder is a year-round school. We're just kind of outsourcing the summer program a little bit, making it more of a fun academic time of learning. So we'll still have all the academics, but we'll have Fridays will be our Neptune's Day, which will have water activities, just be outside.
Students will love that.
Yes, and children are looking forward to that. And I had some students that are not coming for this summer because they're traveling, and they said, man, we're going to miss Neptune's Day this year.
Oh, I love that name,
Neptune's Day. So we'll have Neptune's Day, and then in July 5th through the 15th, we'll have Culture Camp as well.
That is so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up here in Cleveland, and my father traveled a lot and got to interact with a lot of different cultures, and that's always something exciting for a child, to be exposed to all these different cultures and learn different things about different people.
It's part of the best education you can get is being exposed to different cultures.
Yes.
It just broadens your worldview. Now, when is this event happening you were talking
Culture Camp is July 5th through 15th.
July 5th through 15th, and it's here in Bradley County.
It's here at Montessori Kinder.
Oh, at the Montessori
Yeah,
school.
we've had this now 3 years. And what we're doing in these 10 days of culture camp, we're focusing on a continent for 2 days, and we're focusing on 2 countries in those 2 days. So it rotates every year.
I see.
This year we're going to have, we're going to focus on India and Thailand, Paraguay and Brazil, of course Germany and Ukraine. But we're going to start out in our own little community. We're going to give the children where we're at on the map, and then we're going to travel virtually throughout the world globe.
For them.
Well, that is
awesome.
Great.
It's a wonderful hands-on experience for the children.
Well, the Montessori school, for those who do not know, let's give them an update on what the Montessori school is. What's your approach to education?
Well, Montessori is a very individualized learning. I say Montessori is for every child, not for every parent. But Montessori sees the individual child, because not all children learn the same way. Some children have to pace around in order to learn, and some children have to have their own little station. Some work on the floor, some work at a table. So there's not a right or wrong in learning. It's just a matter of seeing what the child needs and challenging the child from there on. So we have children from 3 months to 9 years right now.
So it's an individual type of learning as compared to a classroom large 15, 20 children.
That's why we have more teachers, because we have to serve
and
individually.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily like a lecture situation that you'd get in a traditional school.
No, it's more of a guidance situation.
I see. Yeah, you're right about children learn. I raised 3 boys, and they all learned differently. You know, one of them would learn by doing, by taking things apart and putting it back together. Another could read a book and learn. Another could just observe and learn. And it's just amazing how we do learn differently. It's one of the, I guess, one of the innate God-given things that He puts in us, and we find our way. But it's good that there is a school that helps guide, accommodates all of those different learning skills and abilities. That's tremendous. How long has the school been around?
School's been around for almost 7 years now.
In Cleveland?
In Cleveland, yeah. We started out in Munich, wasn't able to grow the school there because there was just limited space. Christian and I said, let's pack our bags and move to the States.
Now, aren't there different Montessori schools around the world?
There are many Montessori schools around the world. Montessori is a method of teaching. It's not a franchise. So actually anyone can use the name Montessori. But if you see the true Montessori schools, they are accredited by the big Montessori societies, AMI and AMS and so forth, international Montessori societies as well. So if you're looking for a Montessori school, you really want to look at
the one that's accredited.
That they're accredited by some bigger Montessori society. But yes, Montessori is all around the world.
Started in
Rome.
Rome.
Maria Montessori was an Italian physician. She was actually the first female physician in Italy. Raised her child by herself in Catholic Rome. Was a very unique situation there. In the,
I think you said she was good friends with Gandhi?
Gandhi, so Montessori schools are throughout India, of course throughout Europe and the States, and all over the world.
Do you break it down by grade level like a normal
You break it down by 3 years of age. So you have the 0 to 3-year-olds, you have the 3 to 6-year-olds, you have the 6 to 9-year-olds, you have the 9 to 12-year-olds in a classroom, which is a very natural style of learning because it's like a big family.
I see.
The younger children look up to the older children,
and they
hear them, and the older children respect the younger children and help them. So it's a very natural learning environment with, of course, the teachers as guidance.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
That is great. That's one of the things that helped us in Japan is we would teach English, and the older children would help the younger children. It was just kind of a natural progression of them helping. I think that is a fantastic idea.
And you know, children learn from other children so much easier.
They do.
If an adult says something, children are like, it's either humiliating or I'm not so sure about that. But if a kid says something to another kid, they're like, yeah, really? Wow.
Right, that peer interaction there,
And it's all, Montessori is all fact-based, so we don't do any make-believe. Imagination is allowed on fact basis, and you know, we can imagine all kind of things.
Oh, that is
Now, what
tremendous.
are the ages at the end when they come to the end of the school learning?
Well, in our school, we end at 3rd grade level right now.
Okay.
Now, once we move into the new school building, I'd like to have a 4th, 5th, and 6th grade level, which is upper elementary. Montessori goes through college. There's a
Oh, really?
apparently there's a
Good to
large
know.
Montessori college in Florida, which I haven't visited yet.
Did
It's
not
on
know that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So when a child, you say up through 3rd grade now, when a child reaches that point, graduates from your school, they transfer easily into the public school
They
system?
transfer easily because if they've been in a Montessori school for a long time, they've already developed this love for learning, this self-directedness, this, I know where I can research.
That confidence that a child needs to learn.
They've made all these mental images. As a child develops, you want to give them as much materials to manipulate because the hand feeds the brain. The child manipulates the materials and makes a mental image and stores that mental image because they're already starting at a very young age where they all soak up everything anyway.
Right.
So it's creating that rock solid foundation for a child that they can just build up. And they go to public school or to other traditional school, not a
They
problem.
do just
Yeah,
fine. They
that's
do well.
great.
They might be a little bit further ahead, which,
Yeah.
you know, some parents dread that, but I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah. We've got to take a break, but before we go, tell us how, if a parent is interested in getting in touch with you and wants to know how can I get my kid enrolled?
Yeah,
how do you do that?
479-7282 is our telephone number, 479-7282, or visit us on the World Wide Web,
Okay, what's your website?
MontessoriKinder.com.
Spell Montessori.
MONTESSORIKINDER.
Yeah,
Kinder
Kinder.
stands for children.
Children. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is that German?
That's German.
German.
Kinder.
What
Kindergarten.
about- That's
Kindergarten.
for kindergarten.
Okay.
What? Children's
Children's
garden.
garden.
It's amazing
And
the
we
things
thought it
you
was
learn
ours.
on Tennessee Valley this morning.
right.
See, we're here
German
trying
for
to
beginners.
trying to educate folks. I've learned so much here this morning. Thank you so much, Brigitta. It's
Thanks,
good
Dan.
to see you. We
Thank
look
you.
forward to having you back and want to hear more about your event. Before we go, the event one more time. Give us the dates.
Culture Camp, July 5th through 15th, 479-7282.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks for coming. We've got to
Thanks,
take a
Dan.
break. 7 o'clock and 67 degrees. Back in just a moment.